Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live from Daytona Beach, Florida. It's always a pleasure to share the opportunity presentation of GotBackup every single Friday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern time. This is our local time. Obviously, for you, might be a little bit different. And we want to thank you for joining us today. Just before we begin, I wanted to make a quick announcement. There is a virtual event that's taking place that's going to be hosted by GotBackup. Just a moment. Let me do this again. For some reason, since my last update, things don't move as fast. So Saturday, March 29 at 10 o'clock Eastern time, just going to be a virtual event. So, you know, the Saturday trainings that we do, the exact same time, the exact same place. This is going to be a very important event. Joel is about to make some announcements. There's some new features, a lot of exciting things coming in. You're going to find that you'll have an opportunity to earn more money with the same work that you've done, just because of what's going to be available for all the consumers. Really excited. Just wanted to share that with you. Again, my recommendation is go to this channel right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm just going to post it for you to click on it. Okay, it's just gonna go through, just through 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so from there, if you click that link, it'll take you to this event, and just click the notification on. Oh, sorry, the notification on. And what's going to happen is you'll be aware of the event. It's going to send you a notification. I also recommend for you to subscribe. For that is every time there's an event, all the presentations that are taking place hosted on this channel, you will be notified. So I just started giving you some a little bit of a quick tip here for you to be plugged in on what is coming. Again, it's not this Saturday. This Saturday, Tammy and I are going to be doing a training on how to work around the back office. Okay, we're going to go through all the options from top to bottom. We're not going to go through all the details, but we're going to cover some of this, some of the options for you to get an idea of how to work around the GotBackup back office. So, Tammy, let's come back to the presentation here. And first of all, I want to welcome Mawuku from Ghana. Lucy, bienvenue. Great to have you here. And I know a few of you will join in as we keep moving forward. So, why don't we share with the audience here, how do we get introduced to GotBackup? Go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I just want to say happy Friday, everybody, for those who are live and will be joining us on the recordings. Just wanted to welcome all of you to today's presentation. And so Chris and I have known the owner of GotBackup for many years. Watch, kids grow up and all that stuff. So 20 plus years. And we'll kind of share that throughout the presentation. And so he contacted us. It'll be almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years, and I think it was May, Chris, that he made that record a message, because we were traveling. We were in Mexico, and we got home and got the message, and we contacted him back. Long story short, he was so excited about this new project called GotBackup with his company, and Chris was purchasing one of his online products for years over the years. And so we were open to have a look at it. And once we saw it, exactly what you're going to see today, we said, oh my gosh, we got to be part of this. So we've been running ever since, and talking to many people, and we've been building pretty fast globally. So we're super excited. It's a great project.
Absolutely. And folks, the reason why I got really excited about this is Tammy and I are very focused on our businesses. And we've built a wonderful lifestyle for ourselves. And we realized that the digital world is expanding and growing. And we saw an opportunity here to empower families with a global opportunity, with a price point that's affordable for most people around the world. We saw massive growth potential, and we really saw that it was time to turn your dreams into reality. Just like you're looking at this slide here, you're looking at these 4 pictures representing some of the common scenarios that we go through in our lives. You can see here the father and his family with his beautiful girls and his wife, kind of showing off the brand new set of keys because they're moving into a home. And wouldn't that be nice for you to be able to do that, especially in today's economy with everything going on, by having another stream of income? and without changing what you're currently doing. What about going on a vacation where you want to, not where you can afford going, or skip this year because we can afford it, right? What about having new members of the family? We understand today that the cost of groceries, from diapers to food to everything, it's extremely expensive compared to what it used to be. What if that was not an issue? What about retirement? Folks today are losing sleep over retirement. What am I going to do when retirement happens? Because what I planned did not turn out the way I planned because of what's been going on in the past 5 years. And is it going to get better for us or not? You see, all of these questions, what if that was not a concern or an issue for you? And this is why we want you to consider what it is we're talking about here. It's absolutely amazing. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and it's all about helping average people. Obviously, you have to put some work ethic into all of this to build a business. But if we can help as many people as we can to transform their lifestyles, it makes us extremely happy. We've been doing this for so many years in so many countries, and it's so much fun to see that. When families have never been on a plane, or and now they're flying, or they've never been on vacation with their families. It's just super exciting to see that.
I totally agree with Tammy, and there's a lot of video I'm going to share with you here that was created by Joel a year or so ago, to kind of give you a lay of the land of exactly how it works on behind the scene of GotBackup. But it begins in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. Now he's in he's in Texas, USA. And the reason for that is because the fiber optic infrastructure that's on the ground. This is like, think of a super highway where you're driving to commute to work on a daily basis. Instead of having 3 lanes, what if there's 16 lanes? So that means that gives a lot more space for people to kind of drive back and forth. So it's kind of like that, but for the internet, right? For people to be able to access the information. So we invested into a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, is paid in full. And this is something I was also very impressed with. So let's listen to Joel, listening to his story and what it is that he's offering as a service for us to use.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there. and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So obviously this video is available. I'll show you where you can find it, the edited presentation, and stick around. We'll show you how Tammy and I are organized. So folks, at the end of the day, we want to cover some trends here that are very important. If you want to invest your time, your money, it's important to understand, are you investing in the right era? Are you investing in the right things? So Tammy, why don't we start about the global trends, number one?
Yeah, so the global trend number one is devices. As you can see, there's almost 15 billion smartphones around the world. And what does that mean? Everybody is filling them up with photos, with videos, with documents, important things, and which equals opportunity for every single one of us.
I totally agree. And if you look at the percentage mobile traffic here, I know the slide's a bit older, but I want you to see the trend before I get to the next slide. It's more up to date. From 2011 to 2023, it went from 6% to 60%, folks. This is pretty impressive when you look at the growth in a short period of time. If you look at the size of the cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030, folks, from 90 billion to $500 billion in revenue, folks. This is what we call the data is new oil, is the new oil. And this is when you want to position yourself. Don't be fooled by, you might be quiet for a moment, you might be a little, I'm telling you, it is a massive, massive industry. And that's what we want you to, we want to show you how we can tap into all of that.
Yeah, and let's face it, we say we all have cell phone addiction, which is kind of true. If I leave my phone somewhere, I'm always searching for it because everything, you do everything on your phones today, right? So you see the percentages there about the alarm clock. A lot of people use it for their alarm clocks. We're actually keeping an eye on our property in Canada through the phone. We use our phones to tap, to pay for our purchases. We're using it for everything except for date night. Let's face it, Chris, on date night is so hard because we got our phones beside us, and the only time we pick up our phone is when we're going to do a picture together.
And sometimes I see both of us on TikTok checking something. It's absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And folks, the downside with all of this is the data loss. It's a growing concern. 45% of cell phone users, and these numbers might have increased a little bit because this slide's about 2 years old. And the fact is, it could be 46, 47. My point in saying here is people have accidentally damaged their cell phone and because of that lost their data. Think about it, folks. If you lost your device and everything that you own is on this device, how would you feel? This is a piece of your soul that you can never get back if you lose this device. And it's so simple to back that up. I'll share with you a quick little video. And the fact here is 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. And again, these are obviously approximations. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. Again, an approximation. But you understand that it's a concern. And people's data is very precious. And it's nice to know that it's secure. Here's another irritating message.
Yeah. Haven't we all got these? If you've got messages like these, just put a yes in the comments, because I know that everybody gets these messages. And it is funny because every time I have a conversation with somebody and introducing them to GotBackup, it's such an easy conversation because everybody's so irritated, getting these messages. And you have two choices. You either get rid of some of your stuff or you have to pay more. So wait until you see what we have in store for you.
Yeah, you know what's worse, Tammy, is if you're actually about to take a picture, this thing comes up, you can't take your picture, and then it's a moment, right? And you have to tell the person, hold on, and you have to select which picture you want to get right. I mean, think of the how irritating this could be, right? And the other global trends is making more money. This is why, and we started a presentation. We shared why we're so impressed. We have friends from all over the world, and we know that the economy, the exchange rate, everything else is causing challenges for folks to live a good quality of life. And the fact is, people are looking for opportunities. You can see here, 42% of Americans have side business. 62% of Gen Z also have side gigs. What about the rest of the world? This is exactly what we're talking about here. So you can leverage these global trends with GotBackup. That's exactly why we're sharing this with you.
Yeah, so today we're going to go through the core product because that is the most exciting part of today. And Chris is going to briefly go through the VIP package. And people always say, well, what's a VIP package? Well, it's basically for anybody who wants to take their marketing to another level. It's that simple. You have everything in that VIP package for that. And so the core product is the data storage. So you get 6 terabytes of storage space, and you have on your account, you can have 5 additional members. It's a phenomenal package for families. And I know a lot of families have kids out there that have phones today, right? So, and you can even, which is really new, you can even decide how much storage in your 6 terabytes that you want to give to each member. And they don't have to be living in your home. They don't even have to be in the same country, which is cool. And you have unlimited devices with this. All of this for $10 a month. It's insane. The value is absolutely amazing. And you can see here a home-based business that pays you. It's the only network marketing company out there that pays you through this, through GotBackup, through data storage.
I totally agree, Tammy. And if we compare our competitors, some say, well, what about Dropbox? What about iCloud? What about Google Drive? They all offer within the same range, but always remember, they're not offering you an opportunity to be compensated like we're talking about here. And we'll cover that in a minute. But just let's put that aside for a moment. They offer 2 terabytes. We offer 6 terabytes. It's night and day. If we talk about yearly, you're looking at iCloud, again, 360, Dropbox, 660, Google Drive, 216, within 6 to 5 terabytes. But again, folks, don't quote me on the exact amount because things might have changed a bit. You know, sometimes you create those slides and price updates because, you know, they want to stay competitive. My point, though, is $99.97. Nobody touches us. Nobody. And again, we have 6 terabytes. And remember, it's an opportunity. So we're unique in the fact that we're not just offering a cloud storage with everything else, and there's so much more than just a cloud storage. We'll cover that in a minute. Let's summarize what we got here.
Yeah, and most people, they spend so much money on these fancy gadgets to put on the outside. Obviously, is because if something ever happens, they don't want to lose what's inside. And that's the most precious thing, is what's inside the phone. And so 6 terabytes, it's actually $9.97. We always round it off, $10 per month. You can even have a yearly option, which we'll share with you. It includes up to 6 people on the account. It doesn't matter what devices you have, and that's unlimited. And you saw, a little bit about the security video. There's videos available. Just get back to the person who introduced you to this session. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You got absolutely nothing to lose to give it a shot, and you'll be so impressed. Chris is going to show you some stuff at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just watch, folks, how simple it is. If you just follow the instruction and let the app do the work for you, it does everything. Let's check this out together.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these three little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these three boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, folks, it's really straightforward. And what you're looking at here is the VIP package. And there's going to be some updates after the virtual event. Some things are going to change, and you're going to see it's really, really nice. But for now, just so you understand that the VTuber, it's like having your own YouTube channel. And you can upload videos that you can share with your colleagues or social media or so forth. Really, really cool. The other thing is a memory place. I love to explain that because if you do an event, Christmas, marriage, wedding, whatever, you can turn around and send a QR code to all your members. And you know what's cool? Everybody who scanned a QR code, it will ask for their name and email, and they're going to be receiving information. Hey, do you want to try a tool like that? But the fact is that they can actually do their events, right? And then anybody who has taken pictures from anywhere, from any angles in the room, can upload their pictures for everybody to see. And of course, you can choose to block some pictures you don't want to be displayed. The point is that everybody can share all their pictures to the entire audience, so nobody missed anything. That is something really cool. This one here is a promo link. For example, let's say one of your team member went up to a certain level in GotBackup, and you'd like to promote that. You know, you can create a capture page with this. It does everything for you. It'll create everything for you. All you need to do is select the format that you want, and it's all there. And then it's going to create a capture page where they put their name and their email. You don't even need to understand any of this. It does everything for you. You can change your language, have your own videos, lots of really cool stuff. This one here is your own domain. Let's say you want to use your own domain. For example, if I lose Lucie Caron, right? She wants to use luciecaron.com. She can point this to GotBackup. And people who knows Lucie don't need to remember the link because they know her name, right? So it's something that could be quite useful. Hope you don't mind, Lucie. I use it as an example. And the thing here, folks, is this is the only cloud storage. And this is what I want to tell you. When people say, well, why should I work with you when there's Google and Dropbox and iCloud? Yes, I'm not saying we're better than everybody else. What I'm saying here is that we're providing an income opportunity for something that everybody needs at a price point everybody can afford with 3 times the space. It's a no-brainer. So making money with GotBackup is really interesting. So Tammy, let's cover that for a minute.
Yeah, and it has such high value for what he offers with the 6 terabytes. Never seen that before. And so there's 7 different ways of earning. We're only going to go through the first 3. And Chris will maybe briefly share the bonuses with you just to have a little bit of an understanding. So the CAB, which is customer acquisition bonuses, basically when you introduce GotBackup to somebody and they want to become a member, then you would get 200% upfront. It's that simple for on the $10 on the monthly. So if they decide, you know what, I want to pay a year up front, which most people do, we'll explain that to you a little bit later. And you save a couple months of payments and you'll get 50% up front. And 25% when people purchase the marketing stuff, the VIP package, anything they roll out for marketing in the future. And you can see on the bottom part, it's the customer. So a lot of people come in just want to use the service. I don't blame them. The value is so high, and you'll get 25% every month as a pay their payment. So we'll do a brief explanation on that.
Just before we do the example, I want people to understand that 50% of the yearly fee, this is one of the most generous upfront payment I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
This is really, if I round this off, $99.97, obviously it's not 100, it's close to, but if we round it, that's $50 for every member that choose to buy the package for the year. Folks, just think about that. Just that alone is extremely generous. But Tammy, you go ahead with the examples.
Yeah. So let's say you have 20 people that decide they want to come in, and on a monthly, you get the 200%. So $20, rounding it off. You'll get $20 times 20 people is $400. And you're not limited to how many people you bring in. And nobody knows about GotBackup. It's so open right now that any conversation you have with somebody, you can strike up a simple conversation and, hey, have you ever heard of GotBackup? That's an opening for you to have a conversation with them. So example for customers, same idea, 20 customers, 25%, you get $2.50 times 20 people. That's $50. This is ongoing income. So I got so excited when I saw how much value Joel brings to the table when it comes to the payout, and of course the value of the terabytes, the storage for sure.
So let's expand as you start building your network. Now I'm going to get into the cycle earning. What does that mean? Well, we have a 2-team tree. That's what we're doing. We're building a right team and a left team. When you see indirect referral, that means it's someone that's in your business that you benefit from in your team commission that you don't know of. Just as you sponsor the direct underneath the indirect referral, that's yours, that the indirect referral will benefit as if they sponsored them, as you benefit from someone above you. So it's a really interesting concept. So let me expand on the cycle bonus. There are 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 2 is a bit more than double than tier 1. Okay. So how does that work? Well, step 1, you need to be active. Just like you would be paying your membership for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. We can go on and on and on and on, right? These are things you're paying every single month. And for you to have access to these channels, obviously you'll pay for them every month. Just like this, same thing here, right? The number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. 1 person on your left team, 1 person on your right team. Okay. And minimum $10 on the left, $10 on the right on a monthly basis. I prefer the yearly because it's 1 transaction per year instead of 1 transaction every month. Now, step number 3, that's when the cycle is triggered. You need to have 6 members. Remember, 2 have to be yours to have the first cycle. So it's a ratio of 4 to 2. 4 to 2 means that there's 4 person on one side and 2 on the other. It doesn't matter what side. The system will look at that and says, okay, here's 1 cycle. So how much is a cycle? Well, it's going to be based on the company's profitability. It is also going to be based on your rank. And I'll come back to that in a minute. It's really interesting. The other one, it's what we call cycle match. Now, cycle match is really interesting because just earlier I talked to you about you cycling. Well, what if you sponsor all these people or some people and they start cycling 100 times, 1,000 times, 2,000 times, 10,000 times? You know, over time, And I like to use example, Dropbox has 700 million users, right? So just imagine, we just need a little tweezer of that. And it's going to be a lot of top income earners in this company with a price point that everybody can afford. So you need to be a sapphire, and I'll come back to the ladder in a minute when you talk about the ranks. But as a sapphire, you start earning what we call the matching cycle based on the performance on the people you brought in. So it's your advantage to make sure they understand how this all work, or make sure they attend training so they understand how this all work. You can earn up to $1,000. I'm not saying you're going to make $1,000. You can up to. So if I cycle X amount of time, and this would have been more than $1,000 for you commission, well, you can make more unless you become an emerald. So that means you have to help a couple more people to become copper, and I'll come back to that in a minute. You get to double the income to up to 2,000. Folks, look at this. From 1,000 to up to $20,000. That's for every single person that you've enrolled. I'm not saying they're going to make that. That is the ladder of possibilities. Do you understand the potential? It's absolutely massive. And as Tammy stated, there's 7 ways to earn. 4, 5, 6, and 7 are bonuses that are divided among the people building. Generation bonus. You know why I like the generation bonus? You know, some people say, well, I have this really big leg on one side, but nothing on the other. Do you understand you can benefit even if you didn't bring them personally? You get basically 2.5% from every $10 on every circles you see on that big leg up to a certain level based on what level you're at. Okay. And we have trainings to explain all that. But the point is, number 5, it's exactly number 4, but you can go even deeper. And number 6 is when you reach a certain rank, you get a bonus just for reaching that rank. And obviously the leadership bonus will add on to that. So it's really exciting. So Tammy, let's tell folks, how simple it is to duplicate this.
Yeah, so it is quite simple. So what you need to do is get yourself positioned, and number 2 is to register a couple people. Chris showed you the left team, right team. You put one left, one right. Now you're a copper, and now you're qualified to start earning through the cycle, where you need the 4 and 2, but you'll be duplicating that process, and go and get 2 more, and keep doing that. Honestly, it's so easy to bring people in because of the price point, and everybody uses data storage. So if you talk to people, you're going to get people coming in, and duplicate that among your team members. Help them talk to people, what to say, get their first 2, one left, one right, and duplicate that process over and over and over. And that's when you can build a massive organization. So it's $20 fee, and this is an annual fee. To have your back office and everything available for you. Plus, you decide, do you want to go monthly or yearly for your payment for your data storage? Okay, so it's $9.97 monthly, or you can pay $99.97 up front, and you're going to save a couple months of payments.
I totally agree, folks. And this one that you see here is the VIP pack. The VIP package, which is either $39.97 per month or $399.70 per year. That's entirely up to you. It's totally optional. Again, it's just another marketing tool to build your business. And how many countries are we in, Tammy, where we have users around the world?
154. You can see it right there. Yeah, and there's so many people, but they're all untapped markets. And like I said, you just have to talk to people. Nobody's heard of GotBackup, so it's an easy conversation.
I totally agree. Recognition and achievement is so important. And I mentioned earlier, I'll come back to the ladder with the different levels. Well, as a bronze, folks, the company, you'll notice, again, stick around. I'll show you my back office so you can see how it works. But what's going to happen here is the moment you sponsor one person, your status on the right-hand side will change from an associate to a bronze. Okay. That means you sponsored one person. As a copper, folks, if you're asking yourself, okay, how can I build this? This is what we call building block. This is the first thing you want to start creating for yourself. Having one person on your left, one person on your right. The moment you achieve that, you are a copper. And every time you bring someone into the business, you make sure they also achieve copper. And as this happens, where you have a person that you personally enrolled, or someone that they've personally enrolled from someone you brought in, then you become a silver. Just one more that becomes copper. Now, the goal, here's the key, folks. Now, you remember I talked about your generation bonus? Well, this is what it starts paying you when you're gold. That is your core rank. This is what you want everybody to achieve. So from there, you sponsored 5 people, and out of those 5 people, 3 are copper. They don't have to be personal. As long as it comes from someone you brought in that hits the copper level, there's 3 of them, and it's a total of 25 people on your team. You are a gold. And as a platinum, folks, it's really cool because it's one more copper, right? But instead of 25 people, there's 40 people in your team. But you know what happens? You're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. Remember when I talk about the cycle bonus? And tier 2 is more than double than tier 1. Well, that's when it happens. You become platinum, it occurs. As a sapphire, you remember we talk about the cycle bonus? Well, that's when you become a sapphire. That's because you help one more person. You see, folks, we're not asking for to turn around and go to the moon and back here. It's simple. And then just a few more people on your team by the combined effort of the team. Now you're a sapphire, you start earning matching cycle. And as an emerald and ruby and diamond and above, then you get all these bonuses that are kicking in. And that's when you start really living the good life with GotBackup as you maintain this growth. Okay. Really, 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 really exciting. So let's carry on over here and let's talk a little bit about the support, Tammy.
Yeah, so you're going to have personalized referral links. Chris is going to show you a little bit at the end so you can see the visual of it. And you're going to have a personalized landing page, email marketing system that is built into the back office. You have marketing tools and regular online presentations as we're doing right now. And many are doing this in different languages around the world. Some are team driven, some are company driven. And there's trainings that are going on. Some are team trainings and some are company, which every Saturday the company has a training. And Chris and I have volunteered to help with that training, which is at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we're going to go through the very basics of how it all works, your back office, how to access your links and how to, all the how-tos, right? Because a lot of people, they just don't know how to set up your backup storage. Like all of that is going to be done tomorrow at the 10 a.m. training. And that is on this YouTube channel here.
Yeah, actually it's going to be the GBU.
Oh, sorry, the company YouTube channel. That's right.
Absolutely. And from there, folks, what's really important, and again, pay attention to the emails that GotBackup sent you or I sent you, depending who sponsored you. It's really important. And in summary here, folks, is we have a product that everyone needs. This is what you need to understand. This is such a massive, massive potential. That's why all the companies, you notice everybody's starting to offer cloud service now, because that's where the money is. That's where the future is. This is a business that everyone can afford. Most companies will not share their profits with you. That's where we're very, very unique. It's time to get started, folks. Let's turn your dreams into reality. Click on the link that the person that invited you to come here and just tell them, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start. I'm going to get started right now. Okay, get back to the person who invited you here and we'll show you exactly what to do. Especially if you show up tomorrow, we'll tell you all the details that you need to be aware of. Now, what's important here is this is how it looks like when you look at your back office. I'm going to look on the right because that's my screen here. You can see here that you have your rank. You have your support. If let's say you have any issues, click the support button and just issue a ticket and someone will get back to you. Okay. The other thing that's important here, as you start your business, use this tool. I just went here ahead of time to go a little faster. And you can see that it's showing me how much of my cloud I'm using. And you can see here 7 terabytes because I bought a little bit more because I may do more a little bit later also because I have multiple computers I'm backing up. I'll come back to that in a minute. And if you forgot your login details, you can click on this. You can see this is my login ID. You can click on the little eye there to open it up for you to see your password and so forth. Okay, nice and easy. And these are the software that you want to install. If you install the Mac, you click on this. You install the Windows, you click on this. If you don't know what to do, just click on this little button here, and then it's going to walk you through in multiple language on the procedures to install this stuff. Okay, here's something that's very, very, very important. If you click on, for example, let's see here, what do I got next? Yeah, so if you click on this link here, auto login, or if you want, you just type in here gbucloud.com. The first time it's going to ask you to log in. See how fast it is? You can see here that there's 3 computers. And there's a new version. I have a feeling it might be introduced, not this Saturday, but the next one. And if it's not, it's going to be very close. That when you back up your computer and you've installed it, it's going to create. Now, I have a Mac here on the PC. It's going to be in the bottom right here. On the Mac, it's on the top here. And where are ya? Where are ya? Here we go. Okay, you get, if you open the control panel here, this is what it looks like. Okay, today is, what is it? Today we are March 21st, 11:39 a.m. my time. You can see that around almost 10 o'clock this morning, it finished the incremental backup. You can restore your files from here, but future version, which is really cool. And by the way, you can click on this link. It'll take you to the same page here. You'll be able to click here, and instead of showing you how to restore files one at a time and so forth, okay, let me go back here. You'll be able to go and browse your directories. All the directories that are in your computer, your local computer, will all show up over here. Really, really, really cool. Okay. And what's also I like over here is you have the option to, for example, these are all my my cell phone. You saw the video with how to install the phone. You click on this and you can see all my pictures are here. And I don't recommend for you to do that until you can confirm that all your pictures are uploaded. But if I go to 2024, because that's an entire year from January to December, they're all in here embedded. Okay. If I go to 2025, January, February, now we're in March. At the end of the March, now we go to April, you'll have another directory called April. And the reason it's in that order is because I like to go descending. So the most recent. And I also like to say by name. So that way I always make sure that it goes by the date that's over here. It's entirely up to you how to organize that. Okay. And another thing that's really cool is you can drag and drop some files directly from your local drive into the collaborate and share. And you can see over here that I have all my stuff, my pictures, my movies. These are GotBackup marketing videos. This here's, it's kind of, it used to be Dropbox, which I do have a copy here, but now that's what I'm using all the time. And this is why I'm organized. Tammy and I have some mentoring programs. This is my personal data that has to do with my accountant and everything else, lawyers and all these things. Over here, I have the GotBackup files, share files, my virtual assistant. All the details that are here are organized. And I know that Tammy wanted to share a few words because I know that she had a bit of a hard time organizing herself. Maybe Tammy, you want to share your testimonial, how it feels to be organized right now.
Yeah. First of all, a couple of things have happened. I have an external drive, and I had a lot of stuff in there, and it was compromised. So anybody says, "Oh no, I don't need backup. I got my external drive." Be careful with that one, because I lost everything, but I didn't lose, because everything was backed up on GotBackup. So I was super happy that it happened after I got the GotBackup. And another thing is everything is in one space now, because we had, both Chris and I had Dropbox accounts, paid Dropbox accounts. And, you've got your Google Drive, you got all this stuff. And everything's, filling up the computer too of all of our stuff. Anyways, long story short is everything is backed up on GotBackup. It's all organized in folders, and I feel so relieved about all of this. And I talked to friends, and I had one of my very good friends that I grew up with lost her wedding pictures. And yeah, too bad that GotBackup wasn't around when this was happening. When she was telling me she hadn't known about GotBackup, and a friend recently lost her phone and lost everything too in Nigeria. So, man, this is insurance, you guys. There's so many things that are happening around the world today, tragedies. You all know, we're all on the news. We hear about things, floods. We hear about, typhoons. We hear about fires.
And I like what Matt Waku has mentioned here,
If
Tammy.
you have everything backed up, you never have to worry.
Yeah, and I like what Maraku has mentioned here is GotBackup offers so much more than that, folks. And you want to be here tomorrow morning, because we're going to show you exactly what they're offering. You see, you have all the marketing tool. If you click on the reseller tool over here, it's going to take you to this slide, to this page, I should say. And all the marketing tools are here ready for you to start promoting your business. You want to do some, for example, Facebook ad or Google ads or YouTube ads, you could use these links. This one over here is for someone that wants to try it is very little bit skeptical. They watch a video, they click on that for 7 days. They don't even ask for a credit card, and it tells you who referred the person. So again, it's really, really, really cool. You got here lead capture system. This is an email marketing. We'll talk about that tomorrow. You have extra promo tool. I mentioned a video that I was showing you. All the videos I share, they're all available for you to download and to present to your audience. Yeah, the VIP, all the thing that we're telling you about are listed over here. All the business necessary, all your commissions, overview, payment options. How do you want to get paid? You want Wise, you want Pay Quicker. It's all here. All the live webinars that are taking place. For example, here, all the people that are listed, the cash contest for March. You have an internal wallet. You have merchandise. You have frequently asked questions. For example, here you got the social media, the Telegram group, the Facebook group. Folks, you want to plug in. If you have a team, make sure you plug into your team social media platform. If you don't have a team, make sure that you go to the Telegram group or the Facebook group. I should suggest both, so you stay current with everything that's going on, folks. It's exciting what's happening. Don't miss the event. Again, I want to do this one more time over here, guys. Don't miss the event that is taking place at the end of the month. Let me bring this back up here.
Yeah, we'll be in Texas for that. That'll be exciting.
Yeah. Tammy and I booked our flight. We're going to be there. We're leaving Tuesday. We're looking forward to the event on Saturday. We'll come back Sunday. And folks, just click the notification button so you get notified right away. If you're not, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you get access to everything that's presented all the time. Okay. So at the end of the day, folks, Tammy and I are always honored to share this information with all of you. We hope this was helpful, that was able to enlighten you on the potential that we have here. You don't have to quit what you're doing at all. Many of you have been using Dropbox or Google Drive for many years while you're doing other projects. Well, this is GotBackup. The only difference now is you get compensated for telling others about it, and who knows how big this can get for you. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your Friday. We look forward to see you Saturday. Tammy and I are just going to be going to the GotBackup. We're going to go through the links one by one to walk you through exactly what you should be aware of. It's not going to be complicated. It's not going to be too technical. It's just for you to be aware of what you should be doing and what you should be showing to other people that are getting started. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your Friday, and we'll see you Saturday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Bye for now.
Have a great Friday.